All right. Welcome in, everybody. How are we doing? Hope you guys have been good. It's been a bit of a gap in between getting the second part of this journey done and getting to recording this third part today. I had a live stream and some other stuff I got busy with and didn't have the time to sit down and actually get this third part recorded, but here we are. Continuing the journey from Nook and Greenland down to Baji, Iraq. And we are currently in the north of the UK, very far north. We just had gotten off the ferry from the Faroe Islands. And then I stopped at the first spot we could get to, the rest area in a gas station here. So trying to see how far we can get today. I think maybe we will have just enough time to possibly get down to the channel. And then the fourth part of this series will most likely just be Europe. Europe may actually be divided up into two parts. And then the final video will consist of driving that final stretch out to Baji, is what I'm guessing anyways. So let's just go ahead and get right to it. For those of you that haven't seen the first two parts of this video, we are in the new FH6 Volvo. It's got a 600 horsepower engine in it. And we're hauling some metal coils on a flatbed trailer. Looks like we're good on fuel. We're good on sleep, so and was about to pull out in front of a cop. This was also sort of done as a experiment to kind of see how many hardcore simulation points I could get for a job like this in Trucky. I did end up doing a long trip in ATS over the weekend. I believe that was about 4,000 miles, and that netted me 2,400 hardcore points, I believe it was. Do want to try to get some more American truck sim content out there. It's primarily been ETS2 with some Taxi Life as well as some Marvel Rival shorts. That's about it so far. I do believe they have Missouri is going to be dropping pretty soon for ATS. They SES released a gameplay video. The first gameplay video of Missouri the other day, so I believe Missouri is getting really close. They usually do the gameplay videos. It's kind of like usually like the second to last phase of the marketing structure they have for a new DLC being released. Which usually ends up with them doing a live stream. Once they do the live stream, then you know that the DLC is going to be released very soon. If I can remember correctly, I do believe I've managed to get through these first two parts of this series without any tickets. So every ticket you receive, that is going to be minus points on your final hardcore point standings for the job. So I do believe I am ticket free so far. I always get fooled by these signs here in the UK. I seen that 50 there and I'm thinking 50 kilometers an hour and they're in miles per hour. I think one of the biggest challenges for this job is going to be avoiding the AI. They get themselves in some sticky situations or even put players in some sticky situations. Sometimes unavoidable. Paused my head tracking there and it didn't want to unpause. Oh shoot. Something we want to avoid is speeding. Wasn't for very long, so shouldn't be any penalties there. You can speed for up to, I believe it is 10% of the total trip length. You are allowed to break the speed limit before it starts penalizing you with points. I've been fairly well managing the speed limit so far, so just like right there where it changes, you miss the signs for the change or whatever, you go over a little bit for a short distance, it's not going to affect anything. I use a head tracking software called Beam Eyetracker. If any of you guys are interested, there's a link below and below the video and the information. Basically what it is, it's a very light software program that runs together with OpenTrack. And it uses a large variety of different devices such as webcams, external and internal webcams, as well as telephones that you can use as a webcam to allow head tracking. And I think there's over 300 different game titles it works with. But the unique thing about the Beam software is even if the game only supports head tracking, Beam software allows that game to also be used with eye tracking if you so wanted to. Which really, it took me a while to really fully understand that, because I'm just like, so I was looking at the games list and it's marked that everything supports head and eye tracking, but I'm like, wait a minute, I know this game only supports head tracking. How it doesn't? No way it has eye tracking. But what they've done is somehow they've managed to tie in to where even if the game does support head tracking, the Beam software itself tracks your eyes, but translates that eye movement into head movement that the game can then register as head movement instead of eye movement. Essentially making just about any game you want to play that supports head tracking also support eye tracking. Ingenious. Got some more 97. I don't know if I'd want to be driving a European truck at 97 kilometers an hour. I feel like 90 is good enough. Got a lot of drivers making some income. I haven't bought any garages or anything in a long while. Only just made this profile last year, so I did see before I jumped in the truck that I think I was close to 8 million euros. Which doesn't sound like a lot. It's not a lot for, you know, a seasoned player like me that's been around for many years, but I did make this profile new last year. Felt like I wanted a fresh start. A lot of my other profiles I've had for quite a few years. Got quite a bit of discovery and a lot of different things, such as viewpoints and stuff like that done on them, and managed to grow the companies to several hundred drivers, which I eventually got rid of them all because it was just like so much money that there was no way you're going to be able to spend it all. But then again, it could have been a good way to test the system, the game, and see just how far you could go with it. I think I got some profiles that are like close to level 400 or something. And that's not done with any kind of like money or XP cheat program. That's all 100% driven, done the hours, put in the word profile. I think maybe what I'll do with this one is possibly test the limits of the game, just see how far you could go with it. You know, as far as like get all the garages, what's the max number of players you can have, or what's the max amount of money you can have in your bank. Level, I don't know if there is a max level or not, how high of a level I can get to. Oh, I think the next spot we come to, I'm gonna have to stop. We got 11 minutes left on the sleep timer. Oh, this hill's gonna get me. Now I'm out here blocking the right lane. No! Just as I catch up to him, I get another heal. There we go. And then as soon as I get around him and get back over to the left lane, I'm gonna have to pull in and stop. Like right here, maybe? No, it's just an exit there, but oh, this guy's moving over there for some reason. And this guy's lane is gonna end here. I don't know if he meant to be exiting there, but he is now. Okay, we got a rest area up here. Services. Still got over 2,000 miles of fuel left, so we won't bother with that. Kilometers, sorry. Too much ATS over the weekend. Alright. Grabbing a coffee. Alright, let's go. Let's go. I've said this many times on my live streams. The about the UK being on the other side of the road and trucks having to merge on the freeways using their blind side. I find very ineffective and somewhat dangerous. But I guess people do it. I don't hear about a lot of trucks blindsiding cars getting onto the freeways over there, so somehow works. I think it's pretty much going to be highway like this all the way down to the channel. Most of Europe, I believe, is going to be freeway as well. Cut that car off. I have my truck speed limiter turned on, so I can't do 97, so. Welcome to England. Alright, we've made it to England. Which is just north of Carlisle, they say. Okay. Oh, let me look and see. Fuel mileage is on 44.8. It's a bit high. bit high. Maybe one of these days I'll focus on some gray roads on this profile and just go crazy and explore the whole map. Somewhere out there, I feel like there's somebody that's done it, but I would like to see it is someone that has actually completed 100% map completion using pro mods. Oh, only 80 now. Better slow it down. Oh, now it's 97 again. Okay. I could just leave the cruise control engaged for 79 and then use the accelerator for whenever it's 97. Instead of turning it on and off. I do that sometimes driving IRL as well. Did it more often in the States when I was driving over the road in long distances. Because the truck I drove for Covenant Transport in the States, and my truck was governed to 73, 3 miles faster than other company trucks. I don't know why, but so if there was a place, like say I had been driving in a place, it's like 60, 65, I'd have the cruise control set to that, and then if the speed limit increased, I knew that it was going to be decreasing again after a while, then I would just hold my foot on the accelerator and do 73 while I could. And then whenever we got back to 60, 65, I'd let off and let the cruise control take over. Unfortunately, we're not gonna know the actual kilometers and time it's gonna take until we hit that last ferry there, going over to the Middle East. So it's gonna be a bit misleading until then. want to try to get this series done so that hopefully we'll get to the end before, and these videos will be posted and published by the end of the week. Oh, this guy. It's a bit dangerous driving that slow with a caravan on the freeway. Ooh, good thing there was no car there. Oh shit. Oh man, that was close. Ooh. Not paying attention and going down that little grade there. Oh, luckily for Trucky, there's a 5-second cooldown whenever it comes to calculating race miles. That would have been the end of the job right there. Well, I mean, I could still complete the job and earn the income and the XP and stuff as you normally would, but whenever it comes to hardcore simulation points system and calculation, as soon as you hit race miles, your job is void for hardcore. It'll still count towards the normal miles leaderboards and stuff. Trucky's going to continue to track it just as it normally would. It's just because of hardcore simulation, they're looking for certain simulation options to be activated in the game and speed to be regulated to the speed limit. So that way people can't just log in and race from point A to point B, you know, and do it 10, 15, 20 kilometers an hour faster than everybody else. So everybody's on the same playing field, right? So that's why they've got the race miles is gonna avoid the job altogether. Speeding, like I said earlier, you could do up to 10% of the distance, the trip distance over the speed limit. If you continue to speed after that 10%, points are continuously deducted. As long as you're over the speed limit. So say I've got a 100-kilometer trip, I can do 10 kilometers over the speed limit without getting a penalty, but then if I continue to drive 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 kilometers, then the points continuously are taken away. It's kind of like a ticker. They tick away points for like every kilometer or you drive over the speed limit or something like that, until you slow down, and then it'll stop. But then if you resume going over the speed limit again, then it'll continue to negate points. And luckily for me, Trucky allows a 5-second cooldown. If you happen to accidentally go over the 100-kilometer mark like I did, where I wasn't fully paying attention and hit that downhill grade, and there we are, we're under 5,000 kilometers. That's ferry kilometers included. Did I say 5,000? 6,000, I mean. But either way, it was actually something that I was against, to be honest, whenever the idea was brought up to implement a 5-second cooldown for people that break the 100-kilometer mark, or I think ATS, it's 80 miles per hour. Personally, I was against it to begin with. And because, you know, I was on the mindset that, like, no, you messed up, you went over 100, you're getting penalized, there's no second chances. But then after actually being saved by that feature a few times, I was kind of like, okay, this is not so bad after all. gonna happen here? Ooh, that caravan was merging. I got there before he did. Really have to watch these AI whenever they're merging on the freeways like that. They're like a lot of people are IRL when they're merging onto the freeways. They're in their own little world and don't even have any idea whatsoever as to what is coming up behind them or even beside them. They just like pop right over onto the first lane, whether it be the first left or the first right hand lane, depending on which country you're driving in. And whenever they about run over somebody, that's when they realize, oh shit, maybe there was somebody there. Okay, we got services. I got 13 minutes left. Should I go ahead and stop at this one, or should I wait it out and then? I think we'll wait it out. We'll wait it out. So if I can wait it out a little bit longer, oh, excuse me, that'll bring me right about the time to actually conclude this third part. I've been doing them in about 1 hour sections, so. Where we at now, Land? What did that say? Cambridge, Leicester, Sheffield. Okay. I was thinking we could have made it down to the channel and this. Oh, actually, I need to. Oh wait, not there. Sorry. Now we can move over. No, we shouldn't have moved over. Oh well, we've already done it now. London. We made a boo-boo. That's alright. No harm, no foul, right? M1. I think now when there's only 10 minutes left. Yeah, we'll stop at the next one and wrap up this part of the journey and call it a day. I did see a video on YouTube today, actually, where somebody had done a trip on ATS from Texas to Alaska, I believe it was. It ended up being like a 6 hour and 37 minute video. I thought about doing that for this trip, but then I figured, you know, how many people are actually going to sit and watch a 6-hour video? Even if I break it down into 1-hour videos, people probably not even going to watch, but like the first 10 minutes, maybe. I don't know. I may do something like that at one point if the community's interested in it. Possibly, but all right, here we are. With 9 minutes to spare. Alrighty. See where we're at on the map. How far did we actually get? We're actually not far from London, so we started right here at this little gas station, a little ways south of Wick, and it took us an hour to drive down this A9, M80, M74, A74M, M6. All the way down, and then we ended up on the M1. We're not far. We're just right outside of London, so the next trip will definitely be leaving the UK. Once we get over into Europe, I would say that we would probably make it to possibly Maribor, Graz, somewhere around there. And then the video after that will be from there over to Istanbul, and then the final video will be the final stretch. All right. Well, there we have it, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in and continuing this long journey with me. But we are going to call it here, and I got to get this video worked up, get it published for you guys, and start working on the next segment. So y'all take it easy. Hope you enjoyed, and remember to like and subscribe. Everything helps. View time is what I'm actually shooting for. I have the 500 plus subscribers. I just need that view time to get that first step of monetization in place, and then we'll see what happens from there. Shoot for the next one, I guess, which is 1,000 and 4,000 watch hours, if I remember correctly. So appreciate all the support, and y'all have a good one.